On this perilous journey, I climb to the roof of Africa.
This is crazy.
I'm Marsh McTari. You've got to be a little crazy to drive this steep cliffside road.
Hold on to your bits and pieces, everybody.
Snowstorms make these hairpin curves even more treacherous. And a breakdown nearly sends me over the edge.
Oh my God.
When the road ends, I leave my car behind to take a dizzying hike to one of the world's most secret treasures. The African nation of Lesotho is one of the highest countries in the world. All its land stands above 1,400 meters. Not even Nepal or Tibet can top that. The country is surrounded by South Africa. And the only way to drive into this mountainous section of Lesotho is through one of the steepest roads in the world, the Sani Pass. I start my journey in Heimville, South Africa. If I complete the 33-kilometer-long Sani Pass and cross into Lesotho, I still have about 190 kilometers more to go on one of the highest roads in Africa, to Tebe National Park. Once there, I must make an 8-kilometer hike to reach a rock art site high above the valley floor in a hidden cliffside location. But first, I meet local guide Matthew Wiggle to pick up my vehicle.
Ah, great.
So this is the beast?
This is the beast, yes.
She looks great.
Yeah.
Matthew shows me the ins and outs of this SUV.
And it's the four-wheel drive's okay?
It's a four-wheel drive, yes, it's working. Yeah.
And you got some spares up top?
We've got spares.
Along with extra fuel, I pack water, food, and cold weather camping gear. It's June. That means it's the beginning of winter in the southern hemisphere, and nighttime temperatures in Lesotho can hit negative 18 degrees.
All right, let's take it for a spin. So it's all the way up here?
All the way up here, yes.
Matthew was born in Lesotho and is well acquainted with the dangers of the Sani Pass.
So Matt, is it essential to have a four-wheel drive?
Yes, it's a law that you need a four-wheel drive to go up the Sani Pass.
That's a law that I definitely don't want to break. Having good traction is the only way a driver can keep up momentum on these steep slopes.
Well, it looks fairly clear, but up at the top it's going to be how much colder?
Well, if the wind's blowing, it gets very cold up there. You know, the weather can be beautiful like this, and in 10 minutes it's snowing.
They say a traveler can experience all 4 seasons in one day here. This is the start of the tough section. This first curve's steep, and it's not going to get any easier. I'm glad Matt's my co-pilot.
So that, compared to what I'm going to see up at the top?
That's child's play, yes. The other ones are narrower, rocky, and steeper.
Child's play, I like it. So yeah, now we're hitting some rocks. But again, I'm assuming you're going to tell me this is child's play as well, huh?
Yes, it is.
The road levels out as we head into a valley.
So this is the South African border control?
Yes, passport control.
2/3 of the way up to the Sani Pass summit and 8 kilometers from the Lesotho border, travelers must get their passports stamped at the South African passport control before they can enter Lesotho. It's the first of 2 checkpoints on my journey.
Pull over to the left.
Okay.
About 50 visitors a day pass through this remote checkpoint.
Hi there. How are you there? Lesotho.
Most travelers from Lesotho don't have cars, so they pile into 4-wheel drive taxi vans like this one.
Thanks again.
I say goodbye to Matthew here. He's going to hitch a ride back to town.
Take care. Bye.
I've been told what lies ahead can get pretty hairy.
Little stream up ahead. And if this is child's play, I'm kind of intimidated about what I'm going to find at the top here.
Some of the rocks on this road are as big as footballs.
It is just relentless, bouncing from side to side. Tell me that this is what's known as the African massage. I'm in a sort of no man's land right now between the South African border and the Lesotho checkpoint.
I have about 7 kilometers to go to the Lesotho border post at the top of Sani Pass. The road rises more than 900 meters in that distance.
See, this road is just snaking all the way up. And suddenly you've got all these twists and turns, and it looks like it just goes vertical. The higher I'm getting, the windier it seems to be getting. It just seemed to pick up from nowhere.
Bad weather can whip up in an instant here.
This doesn't even look like a road. It looks like more of a path for mountain goats.
It's been about 20 minutes since I left the South African checkpoint. The farther I climb into the mountains of Lesotho, the narrower the Sani Pass becomes.
Oh, I can see the zigzagging up ahead.
I'm finally approaching the most treacherous section of the pass. To make it to the top, I'm told I must navigate 17 steep hairpin curves like this one. These tight turns have ominous names, like the Devil's Elbow, Reverse Corner, and Suicide Bend. Picking the wrong line on any one of them could send me over the edge.
Hold on to your bits and pieces, everybody. Going right to the very edge to go around this corner.
This section is steeper than the Kardang Pass in northern India. And to make matters worse, loose rock and deep ruts make traction very shaky.
These rainwater ruts are pulling the wheels right in there. Now these switchbacks are really tight, and looking out for this one that is known as Reverse Corner. Kidding me? This is it. I mean, I can't make that in one pass, so.
I have to stop the car and back up to make the turn.
Whoa. Just making sure my brakes are tight. Get my handbrake on as well. The revs nice and high. See the front go up a little, and then
one terrifying curve down, but at this rate, I won't reach the summit for another hour.
and there's more and more snow and frost around. The wind is picking up too.
And it feels much colder. At nearly 2,800 meters, the weather can change drastically in a matter of minutes. Here comes the snow, and there goes my traction. The storm adds a whole new element of danger.
It's foggy for a bit, and then immediately the snow just hit.
It's hard to see much of anything. But I do spot a lone biker struggling up the hill behind me.
He's all over the place. You might need a hand.
I offer him some help.
It's just this little bit. Once you're past this, it looks like it's okay.
Yeah.
His name's Alan, and like me, he's traveling from South Africa to the top of the Sani Pass. Locals come here to test their dirt bike skills, but I don't know if he counted on this storm. The snow's really made the road surface slick.
All right, I'll give you a little one. There we go. There you go. Whoa. I'll get the back, you get the front end. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is a bitch and a half, isn't it?
He's afraid of sliding backwards and going over the edge.
Get it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You know what? I reckon I can get this up there to there. If you want to try it.
Well, I hope I know what I'm doing.
Try and push down on the back. Like, give me a little more traction here. Okay, I think we're good here. I mean, that just goes to show the kind of treacherous situation you can get yourself into as soon as a weather break happens like this. And now I've got snow coming in and he's gone. Oh, he's away. Go, Alan. Yeah. Oh, man. Wow.
Feel the wheels slipping a little now. As soon as you get a little moisture on it, that mud becomes really slippy. Now, it really doesn't feel like a vehicle should be allowed up here. But I'm assuming the Lesotho border checkpoint should be up here somewhere. Well, this looks like, total whiteout conditions.
I think I'm near the top of Sani Pass, but it's hard to see much with this dense cloud cover.
But it looks like this could be the, immigration. Welcome to Lesotho. Made it.
I must check in with the Lesotho passport control. For security reasons, they don't allow cameras inside the office.
Okay, passport's all checked. Off to Mahatlong.
My goal is to reach the village of Mahatlong, 53 kilometers away. I plan to spend the night there before I begin the final leg of my journey to the secret rock art site. The fog and snow clear as I head into Lesotho. They call Lesotho the kingdom in the sky. Well, I can see why. Lesotho gained independence from Britain in 1966. The people who live here are called Basotho, and their language is Sesotho. I'm in an extremely remote part of the country. My map doesn't indicate any towns or villages in the 53 kilometers between the Sani Pass and Mahatlong. Only a few kilometers to go, but the lights fading fast.
Okay, I see a sign for Mahatlong. Take a right. Looks like I'm gonna get there just barely before dark.
I have to get plenty of rest. Locals tell me that the road ahead can be even more perilous than the Sani Pass. I hit the road early. I have about 140 kilometers to go to theyve National Park, on what promises to be a very rugged track. These valleys are quite spectacular, but the sheer drops that go along with them make me uneasy.
Whoa. My goodness. I'll have a quick look at this.
I'd be surprised if anyone survived this.
Actually, I can't even tell what it is.
It's a reminder that this road can be deadly. I'm now 113 kilometers from theyve National Park. And I still have an 8-kilometer hike to the Bushman rock art site when I get there. That's a lot of ground to cover in one day, especially on a bad road like this. I really need to make good time from here on out.
So bumpy, these roads. You try to find the grooves to lessen the bumps, but your African massage is relentless. Just spectacular everywhere you look.
Now, this looks really nasty.
Feels like I'm barely hugging the side of this cliff. Just going down.
It's like the road just drops straight out from under me.
In fact, I'm gonna stop and put it into low. When going down things like this, it's a lot easier and safer to go into a low ratio, so that the engine is slowing you down instead of you relying on your brakes. This is pretty bad. And that part of the road looks like it's barely wide enough for the vehicle. My goodness. Wow.
The road here zigzags down a steep cliff edge, pushing my tires only centimeters from the drop-off. A tumble down this cliff, and there wouldn't be much left of this vehicle, or me for that matter.
This is by far the worst bit of road I've driven so far.
It's like driving straight down a mountain. The road surface is basically non-existent.
Oh my word, that looks like it's 4 feet wide. Okay, let's do this. My gosh, I have to reverse. This is not for the faint of heart.
My life depends on this vehicle right now. A mechanical failure could send me over the edge.
Car is really tilting up. Rollover's always an issue in this kind of situation. Just got to take it really easy. And if you feel your vehicle being pulled, just stop, put the handbrake on, pop it into reverse. Like right now, I can't actually make it around this. So handbrake on, into reverse. Wait for the vehicle to bite. I can feel the hood of the car going up. I've got it. Move it back. And change your direction before you put it into first. Again, use your handbrake if you need to, and then let it go. That was the toughest part of the drive so far.
I make it safely to the bottom, but I think something snapped on the SUV.
Wow. I don't know what that was, but I heard a loud pop coming down that hill. I don't see anything. Oh my God. This is the half shaft. It's, let me see if I can push it back in. This actually supplies the four-wheel drive to the rear wheels, and this is pretty major. If I can't get this back in, it basically means I only have two-wheel drive, and it's the front wheels. That's not going back in. This is one of your biggest fears when you're out this far away from everybody. Okay, so basically what's happened here is the drivetrain powers this differential, and the differential distributes power to the rear two wheels. And then you've got an axle basically going all the way across. Now where the differential meets the wheels is called a half shaft, and that's what snapped on my rear left. Without the right kind of tools, there's no way I could fix this. That's not going to go back in. But it basically means that the only wheels that are working are two-wheel drive, and it's front wheel now. My rear wheels are completely useless in terms of getting me up a hill. All right, I'm going to push on, see how far I can get. Doesn't sound good at all. I just got to really take it easy, unfortunately, which is going to cost me a lot of time, but hopefully I will make it. I hear a grinding noise. It's certainly making me feel a little uneasy. Okay, let's see how she does.
The rocky terrain makes it even harder to get traction. With only two-wheel drive capability, the SUV now struggles on a hill that it could easily have managed before the breakdown.
come on. Oh, yes.
Made it. But I'm gonna have real trouble with anything steeper.
I mean, that was a small hill compared to what I've been going up in four-wheel drive, so it makes me realize why the border checkpoints make sure that you have four-wheel drive. I see I've got another hill coming up to the right here. Okay, I'm going to try and gain a bit of momentum, keeping it in first gear the whole time. I can feel the wheels slipping. Come on, come on, come on. Come on.
No way I'm getting up this with front-wheel drive. There's not enough weight pushing down on the wheels. But I've got an idea.
I'm on such a steep part of the hill now that pretty much the only thing I can do, it's nice and wide at least, so what I'm going to do is turn the car around and reverse up around this corner.
Going up backwards puts more weight on the front wheels, which helps them gain traction.
Okay, let's see if I can get a little traction here. This just seems so crazy to be reversing up a hill like this, but it's nice and easy. Got another hill right here to contend with. And it's quite a rocky hill too. My goodness. Oh my goodness, I can't even see over this crest. Oh, gee. I'm gonna have to stop the car in a second if I can. How do you make perilous journeys even harder? Go backwards. Oh my God. This is crazy. I mean, come on. I'm in Africa going backwards up one of the world's scariest roads. It's not hard enough. Oh my God. Okay.
Finally, enough room to spin around.
Come on, baby, make it up this hill. Oh, the joys of going forward.
Even after that little bit, my neck's aching.
Come on, come on, come on. Come on, not far. Moving the steering wheel backwards and forwards can get you a little extra traction. One of my big concerns right now is that I have a lot of miles still to do, and it's getting late.
From here, it's 64 kilometers to Sani National Park, but at this rate, it'll take me 2 to 3 hours. I don't want to drive a road like this in the dark. And I absolutely don't want to hike into the mountains of Lesotho at night. Even though I have a long way to go to the secret rock art site, I must take it easy. I can't afford another breakdown.
So this is a little taste of what it would be like without four-wheel drive. It's much, much slower going. And I gotta admit, it's a lot more stressful.
Looks like I'm heading down into a valley.
I have a sneaky suspicion that all this downhill is going to mean some pretty serious uphill. But we'll see.
After traveling along the Senku River, I'm approaching the Matabang Pass. theyve National Park lies about 15 kilometers on the other side of this mountain range. And from there, it's an 8-kilometer trek along a steep cliffside trail to meet up with my guide. I need to keep up speed on this upslope, but I also don't want to push my failing vehicle to the breaking point.
It's getting a little steep now. Feel the wheels sliding a bit. See, there's a fine line of keeping momentum but then maintaining control when you've got to drop to the left like that. Getting very close to the edge there. Oh, come on. Oh, come on, come on. See, even this gentle slope, the wheels are spinning.
I still have a long way to go, and the sun sets here in Lesotho at around 5:15. I really have no choice but to pick up speed, otherwise I'll never make it in time to rendezvous with my guide.
And I think I just want to keep on pushing, see how far this car can go. I got a feeling that she's going to get me all the way there. Something really snapped hard underneath the vehicle. It really didn't sound good at all. Now my handbrake's not working.
The engine's running, but there's no power to any of the wheels. First things first, get the SUV out of the middle of the road.
I gotta try and back this up onto the side here. It's something very serious. Okay, I got her wedged up against a rock here. So as I was driving along, something hit the floor pan really hard underneath my feet. Let me check this out. Oh my word. I don't know if you can see this, but the drive shaft actually snapped. I'm not moving at all now. This car is done. And I can't do a repair on something like this here. Oh, I'm definitely not going anywhere.
As the day wears on, the temperature will drop. I'm at 2,000 meters and the nights fall to negative 18 degrees. Time to use my satellite phone to call for help.
Yeah, no, it's done. Unfortunately, it won't move.
I arrange to have a driver give me a tow. I also get word to my guide that I won't be able to meet him anytime soon. Here comes my driver now.
Hey there. How are you? Good. Well, not so good. Well, do you think you could give me a tow?
Before we move the vehicle, South African native Vivian Kubani removes the drive shaft so it doesn't cause more damage.
Okay.
We're ready to give it a shot.
Look at that. That's good.
I hope this tow rope holds on the steep sections ahead. As the sun sets, I'm glad not to be stranded along the roadside. We take the SUV to the town of theyve. I'm now only a few kilometers from the national park. I have a mechanic coming in the morning to take a look at the vehicle. But with all the damage, there's no telling when or if I'll be able to push on to the rock art site and finish my journey. I get up early and hope my South African mechanic arrives soon.
Hey guys. Thanks for coming at such short notice. I'm Marsh.
Thankfully, Robbie and Eric show up on schedule, but I'm not confident they can repair my vehicle in this remote location.
This is it. You can see the half shaft pop right out here. That wasn't good, so I was on two-wheel drive for about 45 minutes or so,
Yes.
and then the drive shaft snapped under here.
Okay.
Let's have a look at it. See what's going on underneath here.
Any damage you can see?
No full drive at all.
So the front wheel's going to be out?
Yeah, front wheel's out.
Eric tells me there's no way to fix the front-wheel drive without taking it to a shop, but thinks he can restore power to the rear wheels. We get right to work. He removes the half shaft and sees only minimal wear. Hopefully installing this new half shaft will solve the problem.
Yep, there you go. There we go. So it's fit nice and tight together.
Yeah. Let's see. There we go.
The only thing left to do now is to see if it runs.
Fingers crossed. All right, I'm going to pull it forward.
Success. At least for now.
Well, mate, she's moving. That's great. That is fantastic. I can't thank you enough.
That's cool.
Looks like I'm going to be able to take her up.
Yeah,
Thank
make
you
it.
so much.
I'm back on the road.
So basically what I've got now is rear-wheel drive, which means when I'm going up the hill, at least I won't have to put it in reverse to go up those hills.
But with my luck, I still half expect to hear a snapping sound or a loud clank at any moment.
Conscious of not pushing the car too much. Trying to take it nice and easy.
I'm very close to Lesotho's theyve National Park.
The road will stop there. I'm going to leave my vehicle. I'm going to hike in about 5 miles, and I'm going to meet a guide who's going to take me to Bushman rock art. It's actually a secret location. That's why I need a guide to find it. Oh, here we go. Looks like the entrance to theyve National Park.
This park is the oldest nature reserve in Lesotho and one of the most mountainous. So far, the repair's holding up, but these hills put a tremendous amount of strain on the rear wheels.
Well, looks like it's the end of the road here.
My vehicle got me here in one piece. But now I have to grab my pack and head out to find my guide to the rock art site. I have about an 8-kilometer hike into the backcountry. My guide's supposed to meet me somewhere along this trail.
This way?
According to these young Basotho boys,
Okay.
I'm heading in the right direction, but then again, my Sesotho isn't that good.
Oh my God.
This park is amazing.
Bill! Hi, how are you?
I spot my guide, Bill Small, trekking up from the valley floor.
Good to meet you.
He tells me to wait and he'll be right up.
Okay, I'll wait here.
Bill's an 83-year-old former park ranger. I was worried about him making this strenuous hike, but now I'm wondering if I'll be able to keep up.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
I do, and a pleasure to meet you too. I hope this all goes well.
Bill worked in this area for more than 30 years and knows the park as well as anyone.
We'll have to go back up a bit to get to that next level, and then we'll travel right out. We have to go to where that green patch is on the hill there at the end of those cliffs.
That's where the art is.
That's where they are. Too.
Well, great. Let's push on then.
And it's very good stuff.
Fantastic.
Yeah, sure. Let's
Should we go this way?
That's right.
Okay.
Bill wants to keep the exact location of the rock art a secret because it's fragile and could easily be damaged by careless visitors. At an elevation of more than 2,000 meters, this is no easy trek. It takes us about an hour to climb up to the next higher plateau, skirt along the edge of the cliff, and then drop down towards the rock art shelter.
Oh my goodness.
Now, look at this.
We made it.
We made it. We made it. Wow.
This is
I
beautiful.
haven't seen a place like this
Give me
before.
some of that up there. We made it. This is fantastic.
Very good.
So tell me, how old do you think this site is?
Well, I would say this is well over 500 years old.
Bill tells me that the paintings were made by Bushmen, the original inhabitants of southern Africa. Much of their culture has been lost over time, so rock art sites like this are some of the last remaining monuments to their way of life. The art depicts hunting and local animals like the eland. But many of the figures also seem to be symbolic, almost mystical.
What do you think the main message is here? Why did they do this?
So it's spiritual. It's his attempt to contact with the spiritual world, which lies behind the rock. So he paints on the rock, and wow, it's like dreaming.
Yeah, all it takes is for me to look out this way and realize what a powerful place this is. It's
well, that's right.
beautiful.
And this place has power, and they would come back to this place time and time again in order to perform more rituals.
Well, Bill, I can't thank you enough for showing me this. I would never have found this.
No, you wouldn't.
Not a chance of it.
Worth all the hard work climbing up here.
Definitely so, definitely so.
I made it up the 33-kilometer long, twisty and extremely steep Sani Pass. Survived many torturous kilometers over the roof of Africa and overcame serious mechanical breakdowns. All to end my journey with an amazing trek into the extremely remote theyve National Park. I can't tell you the exact location of this rock art, but if you're up to the challenge and can make it to the park, I'm sure the rangers here will show you the way.